Alright, we've got a silver 2008 Audi A6 Dawsonville. The client pulled the EZL or the steering lock and brought it to me. And we're going to see if we can't read the, initially when the client brought it to me, I did a frequency test and I wasn't actually getting anything testing it. No feedback from the module, so hopefully it's not burnt up or anything. This video will be in pieces because I cannot find my tripod, so I won't be able to hold the phone, so I'll be placing it down, just kind of piecing it together. But there's the module. What we're going to be using today is VVDI, Prog, and then the Audi J518 or 518 adapter, just so that we're not soldering it. But there's the Prog right there. So let me go ahead and get this out of the bag here, and then we'll get started. There's a chip. We're going to be doing the super chip, and so that is plug and play. After the module's installed, and I just have to decode the lock and cut the key. Customers opted for the transponder key, so there it is right there. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing out, and then we'll get started. Let's see if I can do this. I'll put you down here. Alright, there is the steering lock. I'm not sure if you can see this, but that's a 010 chip. Let's see if I can. But I wasn't getting any signals out of here earlier, so. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm going to put you down. I'll start you as soon as I get this thing connected. For you guys that are wondering, there is the adapter there. It's the NP45 Audi A6 Q7 J518 or 518 adapter. There the pins. You will need the 25 to 15 cord for the Prog. Also work on your mini tool and your key tool max. Alright, so let me pause you, go ahead and get this connected, and then I'll cut you back on. Before I get connected, let me go ahead and show you what it looks like on Prog. So if you come to Immobilizer and then Audi, and then on your drop down you want to go to the J1 or the J18. Typically you would have this one right here, the 1L59W, but this particular unit is the 0L01Y. So we'll go ahead and we'll use that adapter, so we'll go ahead and select that. And then if you click on connection diagram, it just kind of gives you what you need. It gives you a picture of what the module looks like. Here's the connection points. Very important. If you look over here to the left, you want to make sure that your jumper is on B2. It will be B1 for the other chip. And that's what it's going to look like connected to the board. So let me pause you, and I'll pick you right back up once I'm connected. Alright, so we've got the adapter all connected. And if you guys can get adapters, that's great, no matter which tool that you guys are using. I use a lot of the ACDP. I do have a couple other adapters for the BCM2 and a few other modules, but it's great because you don't have to solder anything, so there's zero risk because you're not doing any soldering. So we're going to come back here to Prog, and we'll go ahead and get this closed out, the diagram, and let's read the ID. Alright, so it's telling us that we need 12 volt. So we're going to go ahead and get the 12 volt plugged in, and I'll cut you right back on. Alright, there's our 12 volt. We've got it connected. Looks like we're reading. And then let's go ahead and read ID. Alright, so if we come here, we see that it is reading the ID. It's a 0033 ID. So that's good. And let's come up here and read start with the EEPROM and read the EEPROM data. Alright, so it's not reading, so we probably got a problem with one of the pins here, so let me check it and I'll be right back. Alright, we just reconnected it. Let's go ahead and try it again. Read. Alright, so it says operation is successful. Only took a couple seconds to read it. There's a lot of blank information though here at the top. Let's scroll down on this file and see what we see. Alright, so I'm seeing some information here. Looks like that's the VIN number right there. So there's some information here. Let's go ahead and click verify so that I can read it again. Alright, looks like it checked successfully. So although it does look like a bunch of blank spaces in here, it may be a good one. Let's just see. So I'm going to save this to the folder. Alright, 2008 A6. So we'll go ahead and save that dump. Alright, now what I'll do is I'll connect the VVDI2. So let's bring this over here. It's hard to do this with one hand, sorry guys. Alright, so now we're connected. And let's go into the software to see if we can get a read. So I'm going to go to Transponder Programmer. Alright, we're going to go to Immobilize our data tool. We're going to select Euro here for the area. The car, sorry, instead of Alpha, we'll go to Audi. And then we'll go to the A6 here. And then we have the EZS file right here. Okay, so it's going to be the first one. What we can see here is that it's an 8E chip. The file should be 2K, the file size. There are 8 possible key slots. So I'm going to go ahead and load the EEPROM file that we just read. Alright, so it did look like it read successfully. There's the pin code 23097. for this vehicle. There are actually 4 registered keys, which is a lot. But what we're going to do is we're going to reprogram or write our chip to the first and second slots. Okay, so I'm gonna, well, actually to the first slot right there. So if you pay attention to that number, 70103-493. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and select key 1, and then I want to make a dealer key. In here it's telling us that if I use the VVDI super chip for the selected position, there's no need to rewrite the EEPROM back to the module, okay, because all we're doing is programming our chip to the very first slot in the vehicle. We're actually cloning that slot, so it will be plug and play. So we're gonna, before we do that, let's go ahead and load a super chip. There's all our chips here. There's a super chip. Sorry, it's hard to do this with one hand, guys. So we'll load that super chip into the programmer VVDI2. I'm going to select. Alright. So it says that it's setting the chip, and it prepared a dealer key and key number 1. Now this key can start the engine, so it's plug and play. Okay, so remember, slot number 1 chip ID should be 70103-493. And actually, I don't have my key reader in here, so I will cut you guys back on. Let me go grab it. Alright, so I have my reader here. So there is the chip. Here's the reader. Alright, so before we read this chip, let's go back to key number 1 for this vehicle. See the ID there, 70103-493. So let's grab our chip, and we're going to place it in the reader here. And hit OK. And we'll hold it right there. So it's reading. So we can see that this chip is locked. It's an 8E transponder, 70103-493, which is exactly what we see here. So the steering lock, the computer, BCM, everything will read this chip. So all we have to do is we're going to insert it here into this key blank, and then all we have to do is cut this key, and then it's plug and play. The car will start.